What's up, everybody? We're at Kilbourne Park. We're going to play 9 holes Rollo only. Evidently Broderick had a tough time, posted his 9 holes with Rollo only, couldn't quite figure it out.
This is the Innova Discs Rollo.
I'll put some notes, maybe some commentary as I'm playing, let you know how the angles need to be. It's really touchy, but here we go. The Rollo's my favorite disc of 2023, and you're going to get to see why in this video. I mean, this kind of shot, even the angle that it approaches the basket, it's a forehand shot. That's good. And that's what everybody that's been buying these because of our videos has been telling me. All right, it's starting to rain. I got to go actual roller here. Not excited. 385 straight uphill. All right, we're 1 for 1. This is hole 12. Well, it's new hole 11 at Kilbourne Park. And this roller's pretty good, but you've got a lot of erosion on this hole, so you've got a lot of exposed roots. Didn't really give it a chance to push as far as I wanted it to. Kind of put me in this weird little area. This is a par 4 on the T sign, but on U-Disc, and every local knows this is a par 3. 385. It's pretty tough. If you're playing in a tournament, this is not one that you're expecting to get. And then the Rollo is just effortless. I mean, it's just so much fun. I've got my son Zeke with me. He's getting in the way of the camera as much as he can. And a par there feels like a birdie, especially if you're going Rollo. This might be the best shot of the day. I think this Rollo that I have is lighter weight, maybe 175, and that's gotten pretty beat in. But the use of height, everything about that shot is just perfect. Zeke was throwing shots with me out of the bag, and here's hole, it's new hole 13, it's my hole 14, and this shot, man, again, I'll go back to, this is a forehand shape, and the angle that the disc is actually approaching the green, if you throw it a little bit hard, is a forehand angle. It just kind of dug right there in those leaves, and that's a dang good birdie. I don't care who you are. I don't know if there's enough hyzer in the world for this. This is the hole that made me the most nervous. I think it's like, it might say 285 or 300 on the T sign, but it has to be a hyzer. It's not, I can't get a forehand turn over there without really throwing something touchy. It's probably a 1 in 100 shot. I needed to trust this on hyzer. This is the problem that Broderick got into. He couldn't get the disc to really like be controllable. He couldn't get it to like turn over when he wanted it to.
Way!
You gotta find the exact point that this disc wants to be thrown at. And the only way to do it that I know of is reps. And you have to break your brain. Your aim points are totally different. Your spin rate's totally different. Your power's totally different. But when you do it, shots like this are possible. It's not the farthest shot, but this is another hole on the course that's very difficult. You're probably not birdieing this, even if you're playing, you know, with your entire bag and you're not just throwing Rollos. Still put me, I mean, this is decent. Back when I used to play this hole, before I started, you know, before I owned another round and before I threw it a lot, that's probably about where I used to land. And so, little forehand Rollo, turnover shot, super fun. And I'm left with this. Get in. Yeah, that's a birdogey. And to be fair, I probably deserve that. All right, here's hole 17 or 16. I really get all these stupid holes confused now that they've changed everything. It was getting super dark. This is one of the best shots of the day. I know it doesn't look like much on this camera angle or whatever, but that shot felt really, really good, and that's a heck of a birdie, Rollo to Rollo. This is a new hole they cut in, and definitely the luckiest I got all day. Somehow made it through those 2 trees. Zeke was chasing the disc that he lost, and I left myself with probably a 45-footer or so. I told Zeke, hey, I'm going to do a little bag on jump putt because we were running out of daylight. Honestly, just happy to draw a medal. All right, last hole in the pitch flat. This was another hole that was going to be a question mark for me. Theoretically, perfect forehand turnover shot shape, just a little too far. I think the T sign says 300 feet. Had to be hyzer, had to be backhand. And I know it looks like you can see where this went, but I had no clue where that went from the tee pad. This disc somehow got past the basket pin high. Come on, make your last putt. Come on! Oh, that would have been sick. So Broderick, if you're watching this, here's my 3 tips. Number 1, reps. You just got to throw it a bunch. You got to figure out all the exact points that it wants to be thrown. You got to find the angles. You'll do it. You know how to get nerdy. Number 2, just slow everything down. Just throw it even softer, even more nose up than you think. Change the way that you think about disc golf, literally. It's way more ultimate than it is disc golf in terms of how you have to actually throw that disc. And then number 3, find somebody to play catch with. That is the perfect, fun little forehand catch disc. And you'll figure it out. You'll have some fun. If you guys want one of these, we've got them available. Just a few left on the website, throwanotherround.com. Thanks so much for all the support. It means the world to us. And cheers. Go have fun, guys.